So, most frameworks, all frameworks, have different ways you can access them.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, a developer framework is quite a complex animal, as we've sort of taught, and it's used in quite an interesting set of scenarios. So, but can you still use DA, direct award, and server comp?
Absolutely. So, within the developer-led framework to date, we've got £560 million gone through, procured, been awarded. It's 14 schemes. We've got a further 360 million going through procurement and papers and stuff currently. So it's very, very busy now. It's really gathering pace. About over 50% of all schemes that have gone through direct award. A lot are going through procurement, but a lot are going through direct award as well. And again, it's marrying up that client requirements to the developers we've got on the panel, have basically utilised before, or the skill set of things they can marry together. And we're doing that through a compliant process through the framework as the conduit to deliver that. We still have a number of things that go through further competition. So we still have the expression of interest stage. We still have how that then is, especially in development world, there's no real single stage, two-stage procurement because every development is different. So we can bespoke that development procurement to suit what the client's requirements are. A number of different things are going through with different structures currently, and it's quite unique and it's quite interesting of how it all hangs together as well. Yeah,
and I guess the direct award process, as you said, it's about half, which is sort of similar on our large sort of frameworks. I would have thought a development process, can get a lot of benefit from early involvement.
It does, yeah. It allows a client to run through that procurement through a direct award, so they haven't got, especially in the development world, if they're running a procurement in an open market, even more so than the old OJU for contractors, you're looking at 18 to 24 months. So by that point, in the current climate, the things you're doing now to go through that process, lots of abortive time and a huge amount of costs as well. So we factored in loads of things into the framework to make that easier. So timings wise, for example, that large project you mentioned, £300 million, once we got approval to move into expression of interest into tender, I ran the procurement and we had a preferred developer in 3 months. So when you look at an 18 to 24 months for a client, it has a huge amount of cost and a huge amount of timescale and risk involved. So we can move things very, very quickly. And joining up a direct award means that, they can get on board very, very quickly, subject to approval of a business case, but it could be weeks or days or weeks rather than months.
So they can be mitigating any of these sort of cost inflationary pressures we see.
Absolutely, yeah.
And also probably getting ahead of the curve on value engineering as well.
Yeah, exactly. So
there's
and with the developers, they can bring, through that process, they can bring the full team, consultative team into it. They can bring the contracting arms into it. They can bring, however they want to bring. So it brings all the parties together very, very early on to be around the table in a very much more of a collaborative approach, which the client then gets what they want as the outturn, rather than land being bought and then sat there vacant for a number of years. They're more in control. It's about getting throughput for the local authority. And we all know in the current climate, the lack of public funding is an issue. So all clients, public sector clients, have to look at the regen of their areas to attract people into it. So we, through the framework, can bring private funding in, and that's how it all works, hangs together by office lets or residential, buy to sell. So there's that different ways. Absolutely, so there's lots of different ways it all hangs together.
Okay.